Welcome back to Survival on Purpose coverage of the 2018 SHOT Show. I'm here with Craig from Tops Knives. You know I like Tops Knives. As a matter of fact, I've said it on camera, my favorite knife in the whole world is the Andy Tran designed Tahoma field knife. So I got to say, don't leave home without it. So, but what we thought we'd just take a look at a couple of new items for 2018. They've got a bunch of more stuff. That's Georgia for a lot more.
Yep.
But a couple of them really caught my eye. So we'll just let Craig talk about them because he knows a lot more about them than I do. So, Craig, thanks for taking a second, man, to talk to us. So
of course, you bet.
I'll let you have it. We'll start with the little one.
Let's start with the little guy here. So this one is called the Little Bugger.
You can hold it up the camera because I don't have a cameraman today.
The Little Bugger. This was designed by Matt Graham.
Little Bugger designed by Matt Graham. I had my hand over the mic. I'm sorry. I'm a trained professional, Craig.
right. So Matt Graham, he's been on Dual Survival. His newest show was Bushcraft Build Off. He's got a couple other shows out there. Really knowledgeable guy. This guy is I mean, he could live in the woods. He could live in the woods without breaking a sweat.
Yeah.
I think he spends more time in the house that he built with his hands than he does in his normal house. He's an ultra marathon runner. Yeah. Knows all about what's edible and I mean just the guy knows. He's got such a wide knowledge base.
He helped me build a bow drill fire in like 5 minutes at SHOT Show. It's like amazing.
No surprise. It's incredible. And the guy really lives this stuff. And he's designed a few knives. He's got a few knives out with Condor. Reached out to us, said, "Hey, you know what? I really want to do something with you guys." And this was the one that he sent us first. So it's 3/32 thick, 1095. Standard for us, but that's thin for us. It's it's thinner than most knives, thinner than 1/8. Yeah. But what he wanted was something really lightweight that he could carry. Imagine going way deep into the woods or being an ultra marathon runner. You're talking 100 miles, right? Yeah. He wanted something that he could put on his shorts and not be dragging his shorts down or not be heavy, not something that's going to be cumbersome on a long trip like that, but that will get the job done. So it's a pretty short blade. We're looking at just a little bit under 3 inches, but it's really sharp. It's our modified Scandi grind on something that's already pretty thin. Yeah. So you got an edge that's a razor. He told me that the prototype we sent him, the first thing he did was cut a branch that was almost as wide as the blade, and he just cut clean through. So he was like, you know what, nice, good to go. We spent a little time working on the sheath. We got a real simple Kydex setup, but it's something that's really low profile. Right. This clip is going to sit right next to your belt. It's not going to stick out a lot, but it's got that J hook on it, so that will catch on shorts or other material when you go to draw the knife. So it'll work whether you have a belt or not. Yeah. So this one's pretty cool. We're going to have it out this month here in June. Looking forward to it. Yeah.
June 2018. So we went from a little knife to a big knife. I like this thing. I'm not big weird knife guy. This is kind of like a cleaver, right?
It is absolutely.
Kind of like it. It is a cleaver, okay?
Yeah, no, it is. So El Chapo, right? We're looking at this. This was designed for food. We make a knife for almost everything, but we don't really have kitchen knives. So we've kind of started getting into that a little bit more. We got the Frog Market specials. A lot of people have been liking those. And then Leo finally decided to get a cleaver out. He's been working on. He's had 2 or 3 different designs that he kind of worked on, and then ended up with this. It's 3/16 thick. Got a real high grind on it, so you got a nice thin edge, but you got weight. So this will go through your meat. This will go through vegetables real nice. But it's got that standard. It's got that Tops flare. So it's still 1095. We got our acid rain finish on this. Micarta handles. Comes with just a little Kydex blade cover. It's not really meant to be carried in the woods, so it doesn't have a sheath. It's just a blade cover. You can throw it in a pack, take it camping with you, keep it in the kitchen. It's gonna do all that you need.
And it appears to be very well balanced.
Yeah.
Just saying.
As far as cleavers go, it's I like it.
Yeah. So there's 2 more knives I want to take a look at. I think.
Yeah.
So we don't get too long, but one of them while he's grabbing it. One of them is a smaller version of a knife that I reviewed I guess it was probably a couple of years ago from a really big dude named E.J. Snyder, right?
E.J. Snyder, that's right.
You've seen him on Naked and Afraid and all kinds of other shows. But he came out with the Skull Crusher, which was kind of like a similar to a tracker style knife, but just bigger and meaner.
Right, yeah. Bigger and meaner is right. So what we're doing now, this is called the Skull Crusher Sidekick. It's kind of the working title. We actually made the prototype for this about a week ago.
Wow. So
we're debuting it here at Blade Show. This is the first look. So not a lot of people have seen this yet. So same kind of concept. We took the Skull Crusher, we shrunk it down, but he wanted the handle to be a little bit more. He wanted it to be a little bit straighter, a little bit more, so you can facilitate use as a spear. You can tie this onto a stick. But he wanted something that was. The Skull Crusher is great, but for some people it's too big. He wanted something that was a little more manageable for some others. So you're looking at about a 5-inch blade here. Same blade design, slightly changed handle. Still got the saw on the back. Kydex sheath for this one instead of the nylon. A lot of people are gonna like that. Yep. And the sheath actually is gonna be modular. So we're gonna put some beta straps on this, so it can be worn tracker style. It can be worn as a belt sheath. It can be attached to a pack. It can be you've got a lot of different options. It doesn't just have to be worn on your belt and that's it.
And when is this going to be available for sale?
This one's probably not going to come out until 2019 because we still have a lot that we've got to release this year. We wanted to debut this, let people get a chance to see it, and then I really think we'll have it available around SHOT Show time.
That's what's known as a tease in the marketing world, right?
Yeah. That's exactly what we're doing. Exactly.
Really cool, yeah. So I'm teased. I don't know.
All right, good deal.
And then finally, because I didn't know this, but when everybody saw the Skull Crusher, they said they mentioned the Tom Brown tracker. That's a similar, but I didn't know this, but this is the 20th anniversary of the actual release of the tracker knife, right?
20th anniversary of Tops.
Tops knives, right?
Our 20th anniversary. So what we want to do this year is we wanted to release a few knives that were limited editions, knives that have been kind of special to us, knives that have been important for our brand. The tracker was for years our number 1 selling model. Like you said, it's the most hated loved knife in America, right? So what we wanted to do here is we're gonna do a single run of the tracker number 3. So this one's in between the tracker number 1, which is the big original size, and the tracker number 2, which is kind of the mid size. So a little bit bigger than the 2, a little bit smaller than the 1. It's 3/16. But this one we're going to make out of S35 VN. So it's going to be nice, high quality stainless steel, made for knives. The steel was developed as a blade steel. Right. The handles on this are actually a burlap micarta. Which I like these a lot. They have
yeah, I do too.
They have a pretty wide weave in there, so it's you can see a lot more of the threading on this. You're talking about sheets of burlap that are all glued together.
Yeah.
So grippy handle, just like micarta always is, but it's thick and it's well rounded. So I really like the grip on this one. We're developing a leather sheath for it right now. As soon as the leather sheaths are finished up, we're gonna have these out. One run. Once they're gone, they're gone.
You know how many are gonna be in the run?
Sorry?
You know how many are gonna be in the run?
Around 500. Around 500. So we'll get one run of this out, and that's gonna be it.
See what it says right there? That's what I like. All Tops knives have that on there, don't they?
The only one that doesn't is the Mini Scandi folder.
Okay.
That's a new one we put out. This year, made in Italy by a quality knife maker, Mazarin. Everything else made in the USA.
They got a lot of other cool knives. I encourage you to go to their website, which is
topsknives.com.
Real complicated. And seriously, just made in the USA. They use differential heat treatment. Never had a problem with the Tops knives. You guys are rocking, and I really appreciate you taking time to talk to us.
Absolutely, appreciate it.
Thank you for watching Survival on Purpose. I put out a brand new video every Friday and Saturday, and very often random videos throughout the week. You can check out another one somewhere, I don't know. But anyway, once again, my name is Brian. Remember, survival's not an accident, so be prepared. I'll see you next time.